Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about different ways different governments screw their people out of their money. And I don't know all. I've only accustomed to a few, but I'm just going to explain what I've seen. And you know, if I'm wrong, I'm ready to get the correction on it. But anyway, right now I'm in Guatemala, Central America, and one thing that I find really kind of strange is they got, you pay when you go to the store, you pay exactly what they say. You know, in other words, if this item, you know, says 3 of their money and another one was 2 of their money, and then that adds up to 5 of their money, so you pay 5. And so it's kind of neat that you really do pay for what it is that you see the price. Now, an example, what I'm comparing it to is in the United States. They say, okay, this is $2 and this is $3, and a logical mind would say you would pay $5. But when you go up and you pay, depending on what state you're in and what county you're in and what town you're in, you're going to pay $5.25, $5.50. You know, I don't know how much you're going to pay. You know, and unless you've got it all figured out, you probably don't know how much you're going to pay either. So I mean, it is set up where, you know, you're going to have to pay more than what you think you're going to pay. Now, when you get gasoline, now the gasoline, by law, they've got to give you the whole price. In other words, if gas is $2.25 a gallon, then you will pay $2.25 a gallon. They can't add more onto it. All the taxes are already included. Okay, and the only thing I'm thinking is maybe there's just so many taxes. I mean, I don't know how many taxes are involved in that thing. It's kind of like your telephone bill. You know, you look at all the different taxes you get on there. You know, can you imagine if they didn't make them tell you what all these different fees and taxes and stuff was? Can you imagine? You wouldn't have any idea what's going on, where your money is going. And then, but I say, so down here, you pay the price. And you're thinking, oh, that's great. Well, yeah, but remember, most people down here don't pay taxes. So what they're doing is the ones that pay taxes are the ones that are selling you things. So in other words, if it's 5, now it's not like that business just made $5. No, it's funny because the government is their partner, I would guess you would say, because at the end of the day, it adds up, and like I say, the government will get a percentage. Now, I'm not sure what that percentage is. I really am not, you know, like I say, I don't speak the language, so I can't, there's a lot of myths. So I don't know if different businesses pay a different percentage. You know, I'm not quite sure how they figure all that out. But like I say, the people that are paying, they're just going to pay that sum and then move on. And that's because they don't pay any taxes. But like I say, the people that are collecting their money, they're the ones that are paying the taxes. So then it makes you think, well, who's really paying the taxes? You know, you would think, well, no, the people are paying the taxes, because that 5, the tax is already included, so they're paying the tax. That's one way to look at it. So, but what it is, you've got to figure, when you're figuring something, you have to figure that price on, let's see, how do I say this? You know, you're going to sell this item for $3, and then you know, to make a profit, you're going to really, you know, well, you would sell it for $2, but to make a profit, you know, you're going to have to sell it for $3. So then that's where the 3 comes from. And so it's funny because when I was in Cuba, down there, in Cuba, they're really not real business minded. They don't really understand how business works. So what they all say is, and they admit it, I mean, not really, it's the same everywhere you go. But in Cuba, the people that own a business, they just flat tell you, Castro is their partner. Castro's going to get his cut of the business, no matter what. And I think it's funny also, one thing they all have in common is they have a strike force to make sure they get their money. IRS comes to mind. It is funny. I mean, they're no different. When you look at it like that, it's no different, and it really is no different, of organized crime. Organized crime will come around at the end of the day, or week, or month, or whenever they come around, and collect their money for protection. Well, that's kind of like what the IRS is doing. Protection. Okay, now you are protecting me from what? I mean, organized crime is protecting you from them. That's why you're paying them. And the IRS, you're paying them so they don't come to you. So it's really, really funny how, when you look at it like that, how they're all just some type of an organized crime. The whole bunch is. And the weirdest thing, okay, you're paying the price. Okay, now down here, like I say, they don't pay any taxes. I think like maybe 80-85% of people don't pay any taxes. In the United States, what is it, 50%? You know, I mean, we're getting awful close to the same thing here. And I think it's funny because let me see, how do I say this? Let's say you make $100,000. Wow, wait, man, I make $100,000 a year. You know, if you made $100,000 a year in the United States, I don't even know if it would even do very good down here or not. If you could afford to come down here. And the reason why I say that is because your $100,000, how much of that $100,000 a year do you really make? You know, you don't. I don't know how much the taxes are. Like I say, I haven't paid taxes in so long. But I would say if you made $100,000, it's probably going to be 45% in taxes that you're going to be losing of that $100,000. So you're not making $100,000. And then, but that's not the worst of it. It gets worse from there. And what it is you need insurance. And so then now you take insurance and you take that off of that too. How much is your house insurance? How much is your car insurance? How much is your health insurance? How much is all these insurances? All of that is going to be taken out of that $100,000 also. So I can see that 100,000 isn't going to be lasting all that long. Now we're back to what we originally started with. Okay, you go in the United States and you go buy something for $5, and they're going to end up taking more. So then now you got sales taxes that you're paying on. There's tourist taxes. There's so many taxes. It's just unbelievable. And I'd say that's what happened when I was in the oil business back in the 80s. They went on and put a windfall profit tax, and that windfall profit tax just came after the people that were producing oil. And I say, like for me, it was 30%. They took 30% every month. All the oil that I sold, they would take 30% of that. So wow, it's just totally amazing how taxes, how they're able to do the taxing systems, all the different types of taxing systems, and all of them, you're getting screwed. It doesn't make any difference. In the United States, like I say, the employer, your boss, takes the taxes out of you. I mean, they're working for the government too, aren't they? That's part of the system. I'm going to take your money from you. Yeah, I'm going to give you 100,000, and then I give you your money, and you say, well, hey, there's only 55,000. Well, it's okay. I'm collecting for the government. It's just totally amazing how everybody wants to screw everybody out of their money, and they're able to use tax as the excuse for doing it. They've got a pretty good system going. And like I say, even down here, cars, I think they're like 10% tax. No, it's maybe more than that. It might be even 50% tax. I think trucks are 10%. And that's because trucks are used in business, and cars, only the rich people have cars. And it's like my 9-to-5 Camry. I think I paid like about $1,000 taxes on that. It's old. I still had to pay that kind of taxes on it. But I say, I must be one of the rich guys because I got a car. So it's funny how the government can just pick through and see who deserves to pay more. It's a good racket they got. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.